welcome back to our channel. This is Emily with the Renaissance, and if you couldn't tell, I am shooting today's video from my bedroom. The remote work life. Gotta stay safe. Anyways, so today is kind of a fun topic. Also, before I start, I would love to wish everyone a happy new year. I hope everyone had a great holiday season, and I hope everyone's new year is off to a wonderful and optimistic start. So speaking of the new year, today's video is going to be about 2021 wedding trends. So that's a really exciting topic. If you haven't already done all your research and kind of looked at all the different blog posts out there, no need to fear. I'm gonna highlight 5 of our favorite trends that we should be looking out for this year. And if you are more of a person who likes blogs, we also have this on our blog as well. So I'll link that down below so you can watch this video and you can go ahead and refer to the blog post as well. So with all of these new trends, it's really hard to just pick 5 to kind of focus on and have favorites. But I think, in my personal opinion, these 5 are very smart, and you'll see them a lot because, there's always the trends that not everyone catches on to, but they're still there. But then there's the trends that everyone loves and raves about. So I'm going to try to highlight those here today with you guys. So the first one I kind of want to talk about is the Pantone color of the year. If you guys haven't heard of this before, every year Pantone declares the color of the year, but this year there's 2. So we have illuminating yellow and we have ultimate gray, and the ultimate gray color is actually the first neutral color that Pantone has declared as the color of the year. So kind of cool to have like a vibrant color and then a more neutral color as well. So with these colors, if you don't already have a color scheme picked out for your wedding or your event, you can go ahead and think of these colors because they're going to be trendy. And with the Pantone colors of the year, you will also see them in a lot of magazines and just online media and everything like that. If you do use those in your wedding or your event and you get submitted to be published, then I would say you have a good chance because you're using the most popular colors of the year. And the second trend we're going to talk about today are welcome boxes. And a lot of these trends you'll kind of notice have to do with the pandemic. So we have the pandemic to thank for these trends, including the welcome box. So usually at a wedding, sometimes you'll have a welcome gift bag, but because a lot of wedding headcounts are kind of being decreased because large gatherings aren't really safe right now and just a lot of people are cautious, which of course, smart thing to do. So with that being said, having a smaller and more intimate wedding will actually allow you to kind of focus on your guests a little more and give them more of a memorable and special experience. So in these boxes, one could expect to include some personal hand sanitizers, masks, any programs or handouts that you're planning to have at your wedding, as well as a wedding favorite. So instead of like a simple gift bag or welcome bag, goodie bag, whatever you want to call it, these gift boxes are just kind of a bigger way of showing your guests that you appreciate them, thanking them for coming, and also thinking of them and being mindful, during the pandemic as well. And the third trend that I'd like to touch on today is something that I like to call quality over quantity. So it kind of goes hand in hand with the last point that I just talked about in terms of having a smaller head count. So with that comes a more intimate setting, of course, rather than a huge extravagant celebration. That's always fun, but in current times it's probably just smarter and safer to have a smaller gathering. Even though the vaccine is out, people are still going to be cautious and not comfortable with attending large gatherings nowadays. But just because your wedding isn't going to be as big and extravagant as you had planned doesn't mean that it's not going to be as memorable and fun as it could have been, because it still can be. So with a smaller wedding comes more room in your budget, obviously, because you're not spending as much money on a bigger head count. So with that, you can maybe allocate your money towards something else you were looking at. Say you wanted rental chairs, now you can have rental chairs. Say you wanted an ice sculpture, for example. If you really wanted something like that, now you can splurge on it. So that's another little perk of kind of having a smaller guest count. You have more flexibility and implementing different details and decorations that really bring your dream wedding to life. So that's really cool. And in addition, having a smaller wedding will also allow you to interact with the guests more than you would at a bigger wedding. So I know your guests will always feel really important when you, the bride, or you, the groom, interact with them on your wedding day, because it's a day all about you and everyone wants to talk to you. So having a smaller wedding would allow you to kind of say hello to all your guests, make time for them, make them feel special, let them know that they're appreciated, everything like that. And then who's to say you can't have a anniversary party next year and include everyone you wanted to have on your guest list? Just saying. All right, and the fourth trend we're going to talk about today is sustainability. This was a trend that was actually predicted to be in 2020, but because things didn't really play out as planned last year for obvious reasons, the trend was predicted to be carried over into this year, and honestly, I see it going for a long time from here on out. So sustainability is, you know, a pretty broad subject. This can include anything from using small local vendors in the area or businesses as well, clients hiring vendors that they have the same values as, caterers using more eco-friendly dining ware such as silverware, glasses, plates, and maybe even they will start to get their produce or anything like that from sustainable farmers or markets as well, which is really cool. And another component that goes along with the sustainability trend is using places that are full of greenery, so like natural places, natural settings to have your either reception, if it's outdoor maybe, or even your ceremony. And last but not least, we're going to talk about another favorite trend of mine, and the last trend that we will talk about today is mini foods. So who doesn't love bite-sized things, am I right? Obviously, we have COVID to thank for these mini food trends. So these mini food trends definitely can promise that your guests can enjoy some yummy treats safely. And also these mini foods allow for a lot of creativity and adding unique elements to your wedding or your event. So have you ever thought about, let's see, maybe mini French fry platters for you and your guests to enjoy during cocktail hour, or maybe grab on the way out of your wedding? Well, we've done at the Renaissance even before the pandemic, and also our chef John has made these really cute grilled cheese and tomato soup sliders. So that was really fun to kind of play around with, and guests love them. So it's really kind of cool that we were able to experiment with those before the pandemic actually started, and you know, we learned that guests really do like them and appreciate them because it's something that isn't the norm. And also, who's gonna pass up a grilled cheese? I don't know, I probably wouldn't. But along with just like little savory appetizers like that comes desserts. So obviously we have cupcakes and everything like that, but have you ever seen a mini cake? Well, best believe they're out there, and you're gonna start seeing them in 2021. And something that I love about this trend is that there's so much uniqueness. There's no limits on what you wanna do, so definitely have fun with it. If you have some sort of favorite food, maybe try to incorporate it as an appetizer, or if it's a sweet, as a dessert. They're still gonna be just as delicious, and they're gonna be super cute too, because they're mini. The pandemic has brought on a lot of challenges, especially in the event industry. Obviously, a lot of brides and grooms and couples have had to reschedule or postpone their weddings, which is always such a tough thing to kind of go about. I know that we've worked really closely with our clients here on picking the next perfect date for them as well, and it's just been some trying times out here. So it's really cool that we're kind of able to adapt and grow from this pandemic, and with all these trends, it's really cool that, you know, it's a really positive approach to how we can still make these events memorable and unique and just as special as they would be in normal times. So I'm really excited to see how these trends play out throughout the year, and to see which ones carry on into the future and which ones don't. So I hope you guys are too. Thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for you today. Make sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, feel free to leave a comment below. All of our socials will be in our description, same with the blog that goes along with this video, and yeah, be on the lookout for future videos, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!